Hellos, welcomes back everyone. AnthWolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as Ayakara, the Jedi Sage. Here at Way Station Auric on the world of Taris. And we're helping out a few more people before we head down to the Brel sediment section of the world to look for Master Tychon once again.
Thank you for coming so fast. I told you the commander would send someone, Gartha.
The commander didn't send her. Don't you recognize a Jedi when you see one?
Then we really are saved. Master Jedi, may I please beg your aid? Have you ever faced a Rakghoul before?
Is this a research station or something?
We're a Republic archaeological salvage team, cataloging those who died in the Tarisian bombardment. Mostly, they call us the corpse counters.
It's pointless work. People are dying out here, so the Republic can have a list they'll never look at.
These people deserve someone to acknowledge their deaths. Only, most of our team were lost this morning when Rakghouls cut us off. I was hoping that you might go see if anyone is still alive.
A life snuffed out to feed a monster. I will leave no one to that fate.
To think a virus can turn a sentient being into one of those creatures. We were in the Zerka Works pipeline. If you go soon, there may still be someone there.
No, there's no hope for our friends now. But maybe you can make those monsters pay for what they did.
Oh. So the pipeline... yeah, it's just up this way. $300 and they're only now sending people to try and identify the dead. That's a grisly, unfortunately necessary job, I guess. This is the pipeline they were talking about. These Rakghouls count. They do. Trying to find the Rakghouls that counted towards the bonus mission. And I didn't find any survivors, unfortunately. There is a data pad here, though.
This is for you, Gartha. I saw you ahead of me there, before the pack cut us off. Just want to tell you, you're wrong. The dead do care what happens to them after they die. I'm one of them now. I hear those monsters sniffing for me in the dark, and I know I'll be with the dead before anyone comes for us. And I do care. But I'd rather lie here 1,000 years undiscovered than have some greedy son of a hut like you dig me up just to see what I've got that's worth stealing. I hope someone else finds this and makes you pay for your crimes, like I'm about to pay for mine.
Oh. An accusation and a confession all in one in that datapad. What's the quickest way back? Oh, bloody hell, get stuck.
You're back, and I don't see anyone with you. Did you... are they?
Dead? What did you think? The Rakghouls would buy them flowers and send them home?
I'm sorry. Your friends are gone. But I made sure those Rakghouls will never kill again.
Cold comfort. There's probably another swarm already moving in.
Excuse me, I should call the base, tell their families what happened.
I'm putting in for a transfer. No job is worth this.
I hear you've found a way to make it worth your while.
What did you find? Was Elizu alive? What did that lying coward say about me?
Elizu says he knows how the dead feel now when you desecrate them.
I've given 5 years of my life to this rock. Now that's worth nothing because I laid claim to a few forgotten necklaces? You're talking about people who died generations ago.
We'll see if you think prisoners have as few rights as the dead.
Very funny.
The commander's sending a team to retrieve the bodies. Thank you for doing what you could.
I also uncovered Gartha's crime. He's been stealing off the bodies.
How could you? You told me those boxes were going to the Republic Archive.
Yeah, so I lied. What, you going to turn me in for that too?
We'll work this out later. We've asked enough of your time. Although, if you have a moment...
You sound like there's something more on your mind.
Okay, this'll sound crazy, but there's more Rakghouls at our grave sites than any of the Republic target zones.
They're just drawn to the noise and the smell of flesh.
We're not any noisier or fleshier than a platoon of soldiers. I think they're protecting their ancestors.
Ancestors?
See, Rakghouls descend from sentience. It's a disease, one we know little about. But if my theory is correct, it'll be our first insight into how they think. This could be a first step toward taking the planet back from them.
How do you mean to accomplish that?
The salvage team can't get to the main bombardment sites. There are so many Rakghouls there, you can see them by satellite, like a living carpet. If you could get samples from both the Rakghouls and the skeletons at one of the main sites, we could see if they're related.
This matter bears investigation.
No, Sierra. You cannot take up any more of her time with these ridiculous theories.
You don't tell me what to do anymore. We know how you feel about the people of Taris. Please don't let Gartha discourage you. This is important. And I don't think there's anyone else on this planet willing to brave those Rakghouls to find out. I'll be waiting to hear what you find.
Okay. So we need to take blood samples from the Rakghouls themselves and get genetic material from what she thinks is their ancestors. Sounds simple enough. There used to be a bonus here for defeating the Rakghouls, but when I was doing this mission with my Jedi Knight, I don't think it popped up, so maybe they removed it. God damn it, Kaizen. I'm gonna have to teach you basic. I really am. Or maybe you know it, cause you're actually responding to me. You just don't want to speak it. Actually, that makes more sense, and that's to then even worse. That he knows basic, he just wants to speak his own traditional language. Maybe he doesn't have the vocal cords. Maybe I'm judging him too unfairly. It's far too warm to enhance my Jedi calm. Right. Okay, one more blood sample, and one more genetic material. Okay, happy days. I might as well quick travel back to the way station. Let's see if the trip was for anything after all.
So much destruction.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
How can you be so cold?
The Reconstruction Authority ain't paying us to mope around.
The Republic sent a unit to retrieve our team's bodies. They said to thank you for your help.
Aren't you going to ask if she went after your pet project?
Why do you always try to ruin everything? Do Sullustan moms not hug their children or something? Did you get to the bombardment site? I don't see a scratch on you.
The Rakghouls didn't want to give up their blood, but I convinced them.
I'm sure you can be quite persuasive. Just let me see the samples. I've got a portable scanner that can give us preliminary results right now. That's amazing. There's over a 50% correlation. Genetic drift usually means a much less marked connection, even in a normal population after so many years.
They really are defending their ancestors, then.
It means we just made one of the most important discoveries in Tarisian history.
What? Where's the cynical disbelief?
You can't dispute the numbers, Sierra. You're right. This is amazing. If Rakghouls have enough rationality to remember people and places that matter to them, we can't keep treating them like mindless animals.
If they can think, maybe someday we can make peace with them.
Exactly. We need to cancel our operations in these grave sites. We can't keep antagonizing them.
But if we know they come to the defense of certain territories, we can bait them, draw them out, so the Republic can send in troops to exterminate them.
No, if they're sentient, we can't just keep murdering them.
I'll contact the Reconstruction Authority. Do you have an opinion on this?
I'm not a fan of Rakghouls, I'll be very honest. But because of something, I'm going to use player knowledge rather than character knowledge. We'll study this further.
If there's any way to make peace with the Rakghouls, we should take it.
I guess it's a virtue to forgive, right? At least this way, maybe we can avoid those kind of attacks in the future. I'll give the Republic your recommendation. Thank you again for all your help.
I'm hoping that this next quest is related to what I'm talking about, but I don't think once someone's fully transformed into a Rakghoul there's anything that really can be done. I think. But, regardless, let's talk to Dr. Inanna here.
As you can see by the data, there is no disease in known space that propagates as quickly as the Tarisian Rakghoul plague. Even one individual Rakghoul can start a pandemic, as we have observed in 81 colonies to date. Until a vaccine can be widely distributed, it is highly doubtful that any civilian colonization effort will yield lasting results. Thank you.
I didn't know Rakghouls had gotten so many colonies.
Rakghouls have been the story on Taris for 3 centuries. HoloNet archives say a Dr. Forn developed a Rakghoul serum vaccine just hours before the bombardment. I've been trying to acquire the serum, but short of putting a blaster to someone's head, that's not going to happen.
What's your reasoning on that?
There's a pirate camp not far from here. They went after the ruins of Sepanik Memorial Hospital. Sepanik was well preserved. If there's Rakghoul serum to be found, it'd be there. I asked Commander Viki to step in, but since it wasn't a Republic hospital, the pirates have legal salvage rights.
I'll see what they want in trade for this serum.
That's extremely brave of you. The Death's Claw pirate gang robs anything that talks and shoots anything that doesn't. I can't say what will be required to get this done, but this plague has infected half a planet's worth of people. So if that serum shows up on my lab table, it'd be unethical to throw it away for any reason. I hope my position is clear.
Okay. To go in search of a Rakghoul serum. Only the Deathclaw pirates have gotten a hold of it, and it's heading back towards where the Endor Spire was. They have a base of operations pretty much next door. Now, I think, from what I remember, there is a staged bonus mission once we get into their base of operations. Starts right out here. Defeat pirate thieves. Defeat 20 scavengers. Okay. I think all the scavengers are actually inside the base itself. Either someone's been here already, or the pirates are invisible. Oh, someone's been here. Yeah. That's fine. There are some pirates with stealth field generators. Close to level 42 and learning telekinetic gust. Another skill for our telekinetic sage here. Oh, we have gunslinger.
You picked the wrong medbay to rob, Vac-Brain. There's gonna be 200 Death's Claw pirates coming through that door.
I was hoping this wouldn't come to violence.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you see these guys lying here? They've got the Rakghoul plague. You touch me, and they'll be on you like huts on a buffet. Except, you know, faster. And don't think they're incapacitated. Oh no, they just look that way. I've got a serum you wouldn't believe.
I'd heard you dug something up. I'm going to need it.
Yeah, we've been using it to, Whoa, wait. No, you don't. No, you can't take it. These people are infected. If you cut off my supply of serum, these guys are gonna turn. You know what that means? I'm gonna have to shoot them all in the head before they try to eat my liver.
You're a doctor, right? Synthesize some more.
With what? My state-of-the-art facilities? I can only use what I find, and we don't find much. The only place I can think of that might have some left is the ruins of Dynamite General. The place was basically Ghoul Town. You want serum, you get it there, and leave us alone.
You know, we could do that, but I'm not going to.
You've delayed long enough.
Fine, take it. But these people will die cursing you.
You know, I have no... Like, some pirates, obviously, have been probably forced into the job. Security chest there. And I feel for them, I really do. But at the same time, there are others. Plus, he's sending us to a place where he only thinks there's more serum. And I'm not going to take the chance that there isn't any. Using player knowledge, there is. There is some in the Dynamite Hospital. Still need to kill 11 more scavengers. Stage 2 complete. Stage 3, examine the Rakghoul specimen and recover the research. Which is down and along this way. Yep, this is where we could have two people. Oh no. Oh well, the gunslinger's gonna have to wait for the boss to respawn. I thought it might have spawned two bosses at the same time. Guess not. Oh well. So we have the Rakghoul Serum research. We need to go back to Dr. Inanna now. And see if she can synthesize more of the Rakghoul plague cure.
Welcome back. Let's get those serum samples analyzed and see what we've got. Well, thank the Force for good Tarisian storage technology. I wasn't sure anything would still be viable after 3 centuries. While we wait, is there a cost to these samples I should be aware of? A deal with a pirate crew, perhaps?
The pirates will be furious. But at me, not you.
I see. I'm not sure I want to know any more details. Here we are. Fortunately, the plague is so virulent it cultures very rapidly. Bad news. The serum you recovered looks like it was effective 300 years ago, but the Rakghoul plague has mutated since then. This serum will only provide effective immunity for extraordinarily healthy individuals.
How do we make it stop modern Rakghouls?
Manufacturing a true vaccine requires what we call a lucky survivor, someone whose system has made antibodies to the plague. We haven't had a survivor yet, for obvious reasons, but this serum might provide the link we need. If I infected an extraordinary individual protected by the serum, I could collect the antibodies and make an effective vaccine.
What happened to most virulent disease in known space?
I need someone with proven recuperative powers. Someone who gets injured almost on a daily basis. Ideally, they would have survived stabbings, shootings, poison, infections, maybe all of the above. Or barring that, someone with conscious control over their bodily processes, such as a Jedi.
Selflessness and suicide are not the same thing. I can't agree to this.
Your fears are understandable. I will try to find other volunteers.
Level 42. So, yes. We would be one of these lucky survivors. We'd find a Rakghoul, a Chloros, we'd get infected. We'd go see a droid who would praise us for a high constitution and vitality, and that we didn't become a Rakghoul. I have things to do. In case I wasn't a survivor, I'd rather not end my time just here on Taris. Is there anything worth keeping? Not really. So level 42. Telekinetic Gust is instantly casted. Okay, we'll switch that over. Blast the target with a quick gust of force power deals so much kinetic damage. Pretty good kinetic damage, actually. Grants Force Gust, which reduces the activation time of your next Mind Crush by half a second. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, seems like a good rotation. Did we learn any new skills? No. I forgot to pull up my hollow statue at level 41 as well. That's fine. We have a droid here. Let's sell all our miscellaneous goods.
Stand by for examination and suggested products.
Oh yeah, you also
You are fit for duty. Return to your post.
once you speak to the droid, I'm sure you speak to Dr. Yanana here via hollow call.
So much destruction.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
How can you be so cold?
The Reconstruction Authority ain't paying us to mope around.
And she's interested in maybe privatizing, I think's the term, the serum. Therefore, making it only available to the wealthy who could afford the treatment. And you can decide to make a bit of profit on it, or you can tell her to, basically, you can persuade her to give it to everyone. A little bit of lag here. Let's give it a moment, see if it's just, it has to load in. So we're now heading on our way to Waypoint Station Dre. That's where we'll pick up our next Taris World Quest. There's a few side missions we can do there at the same time. And of course, this is the Brel Sediment section, where we can find Master Tyken. We have Captain Reldor here, who has a heroic mission for us. We probably won't do this one. Maybe. We'll get ourselves over to Waypoint, or Waystation Drain will break the video, I think. I'm trying to recall what missions are available here. You know what? Let's do one more mission. Commander Goddard here has something for us.
Master Jedi, what brings you to our small corner of Republic space? This is such a great, great honor.
Even a forgotten planet can harbor dark secrets.
Well, whatever brings you here, I suggest you don't stay long. We barely got stores enough for our station soldiers, much less visitors. At this rate, I've got men scalping ration cubes for a half-week's salary.
I can't believe the Republic sent you out here without sufficient supplies.
Oh, we get supplies. Every month. Shipped in from Ord Mantell. Problem is, this month's ship went nose down in some of the worst territory on Taris. It'll take another month before the next one arrives. And in the meantime, my men are stewing their gloves.
Is the ship lost? Why haven't your men recovered the supplies?
Our men tried to reach the ship once, but they turned back after taking serious casualties. They said it's more than just Rakghouls, but couldn't make an ID. If you still want to go, you'll need to talk to our quartermaster at the supply shed across the base. She's got the exact coordinates of the crash.
Okay. Karen Welk.
And you're just going to make this all better, huh?
Usually people are happy if I come to make things better.
I'm Karen Weck, Quartermaster. Commander Gardet just called to say you're retrieving our supplies. For which, by the way, I and the rest of the troops here humbly thank you. But I don't want Commander Fatpants to think it means he gets away with this. Steal from your troops, waste Republic money bringing in silks and wine from Alderaan, and it's fine, because some wandering Jedi will happen in to save you.
That's a serious accusation.
I said over and over that the ship needed repairs. The left stasis generator was loose, and the hyperdrive motivator was seeping fluid. But Gardet had already spent our allotted maintenance budget on himself.
It is only with calm purpose that you can bring him to justice.
Oh, if that's what it takes, I can be calm as a cloudless day. If you can take this holo camera out to the crash site, you could get the evidence I need to get him court-martialed.
It's better than dealing with this guilt trip.
Thank you. If you take holopics of the engine, I can show that the documented lack of repairs is what caused the crash. The most important thing is the supplies, though. The crash site isn't far. When you get everything, bring it back here so I can distribute it.
Okay, we can look into this. I say the other 2 missions, I think, take you into the junction itself where Master Tychon is. Whereas this one is just on the outskirts, so it's worthwhile getting this one out of the way. And we can do the rest of the missions together in the next video, I'm thinking. Yeah, the chem works, that's where we'll need to go. I think there might be a datachron in the chem works. One that I've picked up once before, but you might need a second person to give you a hand. I'm either getting mistaken with the chem works, or there's an area in the Tularan Marsh which needs 2 people to get a datachron. One to activate a console and another to... One to activate a console and another to be knocked up in the air to grab the datachron. So we'll just grab a few supplies. Take a picture of the engine. Okay. Happy days. And back to PlayStation Dre.
We don't have antibiotics. They come on the same ship as everything else.
You're supposed to keep better tabs on that sort of thing. These men have the Cillian flu. They could die if... Master Jedi, dare I hope you've made it to our ship?
No number of beasts could have kept me from aiding these men.
Your order is known for its mercy. Thank you for coming to our aid. The men came close to mutiny when I cut rations again. They knew this wasn't going to be a luxury cruise.
What do you expect? You ask your men to starve while you eat bantha steaks from off-world.
These pictures prove you knew the ship was damaged, and you sent it anyway.
They're going to Republic Command, along with my documentation of every personal purchase you've made. These men left their families and risked their lives to come here. If they die, it should be for someone better than you.
I didn't know the ship was so bad. I thought if it was serious, they'd catch it on Ord Mantell.
The men on Taris deserve a better leader.
This is ridiculous. I did nothing wrong. Republic Command will never listen to you. I need to call them.
Thank you for all your help. But there may be something else, too. Normally, our 4th outpost comes here to pick up its supplies. But their convoy never arrived this month. I'm afraid something happened. They need to be found.
Just tell me where to look.
You've got to be the best friend these soldiers ever had. The route between the outposts runs along Lake Brel. Not the best planning. There's Rakghouls there, and a Nexus spawning ground in worse. Usually the convoy's managed by only traveling when the sun is highest. Plus lots and lots of firepower. But if they're out there too long, well, you need to find them.
Every moment we delay risks their lives. I'll leave right now.
Whatever happened to the convoy, we need to make sure Morn Outpost gets their supplies. Sonic emitters along the route usually keep off the worst of the critters. But if they're on the fritz, that convoy would have walked into a feeding frenzy. Fix the emitters and see what you can find about the convoy. When you're done, report to Commander Yajek at Morn Outpost. And thank you.
Okay. Awesome. So we did say we would leave now to investigate what happened to that convoy. We're not leaving right this moment, but I'm sure they'll be fine for another half an hour or so. Nothing else we really need to keep there. Yeah, we need to fix these sonic emitters. So, we're going to head into the junction in search of Master Tyken. But we're also going to speak to... We have Con Yell here. And Agent Welkins. They both also want us to go into the chemical works. And we'll see if we can help them out. But, as always, this has been AnthWolf, playing Star Wars The Old Republic. I hope you've all enjoyed and I hope you all take care. And I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, no. Bye-bye now.